My name is Steve Gerling. I'm a model designer for the Lego company, aka one of the master builders. I enjoy playing with Lego brick as a job simply because it's a challenge to see how far you can carry the creative end of it. It's just amazing to take these little squared off things and do some of the things we do with them. So I mean, it really has that same sort of creative joy a kid gets out of it. Look, they pay us. I always liked making stuff as a kid. I always loved the outdoors when I was a kid. Still do. Hunting and fishing tradition that came out of it was always a fact of life for me. So I mean, all of those things contribute to always fascinated by wildlife, and that's followed me to this day with all of the work I do. Before I got to Lego, I actually came out of school with a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree with a major in sculpture. And my main medium was carving in wood, but relief wood carving. Very high-end, very naturalistic subject matter. Again, near and dear to my heart, a lot of wildlife-related things. Finally reached the point where I actually had to get a real paying job. Was very fortunate to land up on Lego's doorstep at the right time in the right place. The person who hired me took the unusual step of taking somebody off the street and making them a model designer. She saw the work that I did as a creative artist and said, "How do you feel about doing this out of Lego brick?" I said, "I've never played with Lego brick in my life, right?" I said, "If you're fine with that, I'm fine with that, because it just looks like a really interesting sculpture medium to me," which it proved to be. So here I am, 17 years later. So that's how I got here from there. So this is how we used to do it in the old days. My job as a master builder is to design and build Lego models, models that promote the creativity of the Lego bricks. I primarily design, everybody in here builds, but my forte is designing. I especially like to home in on naturalistic models, human models, animal figures, and so forth. We not only do that, we do public appearances where we'll actually enlist the public in building some large creation. It gives us a chance to really encourage kids to exercise their creative leanings as well. It's something actually we take fairly seriously. Doing these public events, kids and their parents are all, what can I do to increase my building skills? Do you have any useful tips and tricks? And over the years, we would feed these back. And the great thing that's happening now is, I know a year or so ago, we have a product called Master Builder Academy, which is finally addressing that. It's kind of an interesting bent where I think the company has always been good about responding to its consumers. In this case, it's just this relentless demand for, what can I do to be a better builder? And this is something that's addressing that specifically. What it does is it goes through the instructions step by step and explains how a certain brick is doing one thing, why you're using this brick over here. Its sole purpose is to turn kids into better builders of their own creations. And we were just thrilled to finally see that happen. Right away, I see a huge increase in the quality of the models that some of these kids are creating. It works. A unique creation is, from Zilch, it's a bit of an art form. It's fun to build. It's just flat out fun to build. I mean, all of the designers in here will say the same thing. Once in a while, it's just kind of nice to, just turn off the creation switch and just sit down and build, because it is just so enjoyable. But pushing yourself creatively is, I don't know, that's maybe a definition of art. Yeah, I like my job.